What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV. I'm your girl, Lady T, and today we are going to talk love and hip hop Atlanta, y'all. So let's get into it. So the episode kicks off with broke ass Yung Joc sleeping on Kirk and Rasheeda's couch. Y'all, I'm going to do a separate video one day, probably towards the end of this season, about some things that I can't do when it comes to love and hip hop. Don't get it twisted. I love this show. I go up for this show. But some stuff I got some real issues with. One of them being Yung Joc. Okay, come here. I need to have a come to Jesus meeting with Yung Joc right now. So Yung Joc, come here. Why is it a man who has been on the Forbes list not too long ago, why are you putting yourself out there that not only are you broke, but you're so broke that you have to resort to sleeping on people's couches and sleeping in cars, that you can't even afford a Motel 6. And I'm saying presenting yourself, because we know this shit is scripted. So we don't know for real if you got a place or not. But the way you're presenting yourself, you don't got a pot to piss in. And the fact that you living off some woman because you're that dirt poor is ridiculous. And I'm just not here for it. I mean, I'm sorry. Pimping, Mona Scott Young can pay me enough to put myself out there like that. Like, if I were Yung Joc, who, let's say, had money and then maybe squandered it, I still wouldn't put myself out there to be that broke. Look at broke ass Peter Gunz. We saw his dirty feet and his studio apartment, but at least he had a place to go. Like, come on, dude. I just can't. So anyway, he on Kirk and Rasheeda couch. He been there a couple nights, and already Rasheeda is just over it. And she's just like, look, what's going on? Why can't you go home? And he like, look, me and KD, we got into it. We not in the best place right now. And she like, oh, wow. You know, I'm supposed to be meeting up with her. She's supposed to be showing me some properties, you know, for this boutique I'm about to open up. And he like, oh, okay. Well, what I need you to do is, you know, let her know that I've been sitting over here sleeping on y'all couch, and let her know that all I talk about is her and how much I miss and love her. And at first, she was not feeling it. She was like, no, come on, my dude. Like, you can't expect her not to be mad when all you do is keep running back to your baby mama. Stop sleeping with your baby mama and you won't have to deal with this. But then he flips it back like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but look, if you kind of talk me up to old girl, then I can get off your couch. And, you know, once Rasheeda hear that, she like, look, as long as you for real about really trying to make it work with her, I see what I can do. Because basically she want his ass off her couch. So he like, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I want to make it work with her. Basically, he said, yeah, for sure, because I need a place to stay. So she agrees to kind of run a little intervention between them two or whatever. Then we got Don and Jessica Toussaint, or as Jessica Penny, a.k.a. the Pink Panther, whatever you want to call her. You know, I prefer Jessica. I got a lot of them. The Pink Panther, Jessica Toussaint, you know, Johnson calls her Jessica Penny. That works for me too. Anyway, she meets up with Don, and they're talking about Mimi. They're talking about how Mimi acted a fool at the waist training event. And, you know, Don is mad because she, like, basically Mimi messed up her money, because after she acted a fool at her event, you know, people were over and they left. And Jessica's like, look, I'm over her too, because I hired her as my manager on a temporary basis, and she ain't done nothing for me. She can't even hook me up with her baby daddy. And this is what I gotta say to you, Pink Panther. You, no one has heard you sing a note, rap a verse, none of that shit. So for you to be making all these demands like, oh, she's supposed to be just catering to your every whim, like you got it going on, you don't got nothing, okay? So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she set up a meeting with you and Jazzy Faye and you fucked that up? Yeah. Let's not forget that, okay? So don't walk around here like you got so much to offer and she should really be on her shit because you're doing it, okay? You're not. I'm sick of you, 2 Cent. Like, anyway, so Don tells her, like, look, if you roll with me, I can get, you pay like $3,500 to $7,000, booking you appearances and stuff. And realistically, she probably could because she can probably book her appearances on the strength of that she's a part of Love and Hip Hop cast now. That takes nothing. And then, she can get her booked at some strip clubs in Atlanta. Yeah, so she probably can get her some money coming in, but it ain't gonna be based on no music career or nothing like that. She's gonna get you money doing what you do best, swinging from a pole. So girl, get out of here. So anyway, after that, we have Mimi and Arian. They done kissed and made up. Mimi can't live without her, her good juvie Arian. So she went over there and basically wanted to squash everything. And, Arian's all for it. She like, I still love you. Friends fight. And all she want to know is why Mimi kept lying to her. And basically Mimi tells her, I kept the lie going because, you're so judgmental and I just didn't want you to, basically judge her. And like what Don, girl, about to call that girl Don, what Arian said, I get what she said, that look, I'm not judgmental, I'm opinionated, but at the end of the day, I'm still your friend. I'm still gonna ride with you, and I understand that because I'm that type of friend too. What you see is what you get, and I'm not nobody's cheerleader. I'm that friend. I'm gonna let you know, good, bad, or indifferent. So if you're doing some messed up stuff, I'm going to tell you. That don't mean I don't rock with you. That don't mean I'm not your friend. But I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm not just going to sit back and let you just fuck up your life and be like, yeah, girl, do that. No. Because to me, that's not really being a friend. So anyway, they make up and all is well in their little lesbian world. Anyway, come on, y'all know everybody think that they sleep together on the low. Don't act like I'm the only one who said it. Anyway, so then we got Kalina and Deb Abney. Kalina is trying to get her career off the ground, and Tony, he's talking about he ain't feeling the manager stuff. So she goes meets with Deb Abney, and basically she tells Deb, like, look, I've been in the game for a minute, and I was fortunate enough to hook up with Diddy, who was getting money, who was doing it, but then when the group disbanded, I basically got bored, and I had a baby. And Deb, I like what Deb was saying. Deb was like, Kalina's very talented. Not only is she a great vocalist, but she's sick with the pen. She's, wrote for some very, some very high profile artists. So she believes in Kalina, and so do I. My only thing with Kalina is that there's no reason why Kalina shouldn't be the next K Michelle out of the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Kalina should have music out, booking shows, so she can give Love and Hip Hop the deuces, okay? Like, I don't get it. Like, to me, if she don't get it together, look, first of all, Kalina, forget Tony. And even as much as I like Deb, forget Deb too. Because you need to stop worrying and stop trying to get your music off the ground, dealing with all these people that deal with Love and Hip Hop. Come get out the Love and Hip Hop circle and shop your music around to people, other people in the industry, other producers, other executives, because as long as you keep just dealing with people who are part of Love and Hip Hop, you're not going to get a real career out of this. You're just going to be known as a ratchet reality star who trying to get it, and you better than that, boo-boo. So anyway, Dev tells her, yes, she definitely wants to manage her, but she has to get Tony to sign those papers to release her from her contract. So after that, we got Jessica Toussaint and Carly Red. Now, you know Carly Red had to be up in this. You know, she is the resident instigator. You know, it is what it is. So she meets up with Jessica, and Carly lets her know, like, look, hey, I talked to Jocelyn. Jocelyn told me that y'all wasn't even really all that cool. Like, you know, y'all were locker buddies, but y'all wasn't, you know, tight like that. She was like, oh, for real? She want to be fake? Well, does she want to be fake? I'm going to put it out there. She was my trick. Yeah. And matter of fact, one time me and her was getting it in, and Stevie was watching, and when she turned her back, Stevie was, you know, flirting with me and said he wanted to put a baby up in me. And I'm like, girl, you ain't spilling no tea. Everybody know that Stevie J and Jocelyn have threesomes. Everybody knows that Jocelyn is bisexual. What we didn't know is that you're a certified hoe. So that's all the tea that you spilled, is that you're a certified hoe. So anyway, after that, we got Rashida and KD. You know, they meeting up at this property, and you know, of course, the subject turns to Young Jack. And you know, Rashida lets KD know, like, hey, you know, he's been sleeping on my couch for a couple of days. And KD is like, oh, she was like, I'm glad he's sleeping over there. I thought he'd be over there with his baby, you know, one of his baby mamas. And Rashida kind of like, you know how men keep messing up, and then when they start to sense that their girl is tired and they ready to let all that go to fix it with their girl, she was like, I think that's where Young Jock is at. And here go Katie with her stupid self. Oh, really? Because as mad as I am with him, I love his dirty draws. I'm like, see, that's why you keep ending up in the predicament that you in, girl. Let him go. Man, he don't want you. He just wants your bank account. Anyway, then we got Arian and Mimi. Mimi is over at Arian's new condo. And, you know, as Mimi's over there, she knows that it's some hors d'oeuvre trays set out. She's like, oh, so I know I ain't the only one, you know, going to be over here. And Arian admits that, yeah, she invited Margot over. And at first, Mimi was going to leave, but she was like, you know what, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to see what Margot has to say. Well, when Margot gets there, they start arguing. And look, I'm not even going to go through all that, because to me, it was petty. Like, why are y'all arguing when y'all should be mad at this reptile? Y'all so busy pointing fingers and yelling at each other and all this other stuff. We all both manipulated by that reptile, Nico Frico. Like, come on. Like, Mimi, you were manipulated into putting this sex tape out there for the whole world to see. Margot, you manipulated into playing into that he is the victim in all this, when we know clearly that he's not. So I am not going to waste my breath talking about that stupid argument, because they keep saying the same thing over and over again, and they just need to just stay out each other's face and focus their energy and animosity to where it belongs, with Nico the Frico. Anyway, so then we got Jock and KD. Now y'all, look, this was so stupid. So they meet up at this restaurant, and you know, he's giving her the whole spiel like, I love you, I just want to come home, basically saying, please take me back, I don't know where to go. Anyway, so he gives her a gift, and she's like, look, it ain't gonna be that easy, what's in the box? And he's like, open it. She opens the box, and all it is some furry handcuffs. And I'm like, first of all, you cheap as hell. Second of all, didn't you learn from the last time y'all was messing around with handcuffs? I guess not. Anyway, So she's like, what are these for? Well, I want, you can handcuff me. You can tell me, ask me whatever you want because I ain't going nowhere. So she commits to handcuffing him in the restaurant. And I'm like, see, this is how we know this shit is scripted. Because ain't nowhere in the world nobody gonna really just handcuff somebody right there in public in a restaurant like that. Nobody's gonna do that. But however, let's play along. Anyway, so she handcuffs Jack and she asks him, before you at Rashida's house, where were you staying? And he said, I was at Cena's. Did you sleep with her? Man, I don't want to talk about that. I just want to move forward because I love you and I want us to work. And she was like, see, it's not going to be that easy. This is why I can't deal with you. And she leaves him in the restaurant handcuffed. And we all know the camera crew unhandcuffed his ass. I can't deal. We already know. This Mona, you really think we this stupid? Oh, please tell Mona to step her game up. Anyway, then we move to Carly and Jocelyn. Carly got to go back to Jocelyn, spill the tea that she just got from Jessica. So they meet up, and Carly tells Jocelyn, like, look, hey, I just talked to Jessica, and she told me some real personal stuff about you. And she was like, oh, what did she tell you? She said, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. She said, no, what did she tell you? Well, basically, she told me, y'all get it in or whatever. And she's like, look, so she want to put it out there. Yes, she's a hoe. Basketball players pay her for sex, football players. And yeah, I gave that whole money because she was a broke bitch. Yes. And so, basically, Jocelyn owned her stuff. And she like, it is what it is. Yeah, I gave her some money. Yep, she was, she was a prostitute. That's what you do with prostitutes. And she said, look, if she got so much to say and she keep having her name in my mouth, have that chick meet me up at the studio. So anyway, then we move on to Tony and Kalina. So Kalina comes to the club and gives Tony the papers to let out her contract. And, he like, okay, I didn't think he was going to move this fast, but, I'm about to sign these papers. And she was like, what? You really going to sign? I'm like, Kalina, boo-boo. That was so wrong. Like, you really was just calling his bluff, and now you mad because he really don't want to manage you. But Tony, you wrong too, talking about she unmanageable. No, you just suck as a manager. So this is what I say. Kalina, don't be mad. Find you a bigger and better manager. Tony, you need to be a better husband. That's all I got to say on that one. And then we get to the studio. Jocelyn, the studio, she doing what she do. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But anyway, she called herself getting in the studio, and Jessica shows up. And now this is where you kind of like, maybe this ain't, maybe this part was kind of real. Because she gets in there, and Stevie like, hey, what's up? She like, basically, fuck that, where Jocelyn? And he like, she right over there. She in the studio. And it ends with, Jessica getting in the studio and Jocelyn like, I heard you was looking for me. So anyway, y'all, that was the episode. So until next time, y'all, peace and love.